Hey guys, and welcome back for another video. Completely different side of YouTube, and found an interesting young lady who seems to have a lot of controversy concerning her channel. She's got a ton of viewers, but the majority of them honestly seem like a bunch of haters or people who are there just to simply react in a negative way. And I had to see for myself because I remember seeing her a few years ago, and she wasn't quite as heavy as she is now, but her channel has just grown astronomically. And like I said, not in so much of a good way, but we're gonna go ahead and react to this video that she did. It's a vlog, and I'm not gonna lie, some of the topics are kind of boring, but there is an issue in this video about fat shaming that I would like to address. So buckle your seatbelts and let's get started.
Hello, welcome to a new video. Today is day 15, November 17th. So I'm going to show you guys my weigh-in, just get that right out of the way. So I was 504.4 today, which means I have 48.2 to go to reach my first mini goal of 456.2. And I lost over 2 pounds. I lost like 2.4 overnight because yesterday was an intuitive eating day. So that means I was on track yesterday, which makes me really happy. When I'm on track, 9 times out of 10, I'll either lose a little bit of weight, stay the same, or gain a couple ounces. But then it's like when I overeat or when I binge, that's when I like gain like a lot of weight. And through this whole situation type deal, we can definitely tell based on like the days where I've binged how much I've gained, days where I've been intuitive how much I've lost, or just like stay the same. There's always a rarity in here. She's always obsessed with me, and I'm always obsessed with her.
I love cats. I want a cat, especially a cat that's like that. That's all super cuddly and sweet. But my husband's like, you already have 4 dogs. You don't need a cat. Yeah, we have 4 dogs, but we don't have any cats. I'm just saying.
We're just obsessed with each other. It's just like, you know, best friends unite, you know? That's why you guys are seeing me in here a lot. So I'm wearing my Cruella de Vil cardigan. It's the first time. It's a size 4 I got from Torrid. I wish I would have gotten a size smaller. Oh my god, I'm getting cat fur all over it. No! So it's been like the whole day since I last spoke to you guys, and I am in the same spot. I actually have not been here all day. I had an appointment today and stuff, but I was just sitting here. I was actually snacking on some black olives.
I love olives too. But let's just stop it really quick and address kind of the elephant in the room, if you will. 504 pounds. Wow. That is, I'm sorry, that is way too much weight for any one human being to be carrying around. And talking about in kind of a lackadaisical way. Honey, you are young, like clearly, so you probably don't have as many comorbidities that come along with obesity, but given another 5 to 10 years, and that cat may very much outlive you. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but 500 pounds, she needs to lose at least 350. That's a lot of weight. She's got a long journey ahead of her. And it seems like I said, I've watched her for a number of years. She didn't start out quite this heavy. I remember watching her. She was like in the 300s. Now she's 5. Like over the years, you've gained weight and you've been doing the same things. Like literally, we've been seeing these weigh-ins. We've been seeing these journals about, you know, what you ate and the calorie counting and this and that. Honey, I think it's time that you kind of looked past your own efforts and looked into possibly checking yourself into maybe an obese clinic, something that would provide you with at least 3 to 6 months of intensive, restrictive diets and exercise, somebody who can hold you accountable, somebody who can limit what you order from Instacart and this and that. I'm just saying, like, that's definitely something that she should consider. I mean, at this point, this sounds like a food addiction. And it's just like any other extreme addiction. There's an intervention needed here. It's the same thing with a person who's a heroin addict. It's hard for them to stop on their own. And it's going to be hard for a person who's addicted to food to stop on their own too.
I love olives. They're so good. And it just helps with a certain type of craving that I get. So it's nice to have olives in the house because they do not trigger me as much as other foods. So, but I was receiving a bunch of Instagrams today of people spelling beautiful in a really weird way, and I was like, what's happening? Okay. When I say a bunch, I mean like 10. So I was like, okay, the trolls are out tonight. I love that. And it's because of this. So right here in my little poster you guys recently saw, here, let me flip it around and show you guys. Right here it says beautiful, but as you can see, happy accidents, mistakes are normal. This was on purpose because I wanted a section on here where it's just like, you know what? Accidents happen, mistakes are normal, it's okay, that's life. I kind of wanted that on here. But yeah, I wanted to clarify, I do know how to spell. I do know how to spell the word beautiful. Don't worry. It was on purpose. And then I was also sitting here thinking like, should I continue my 100 days of weigh-in video form? It's like people are so brutal, and that in itself is triggering for any eating disorder. For people to shame you, no matter what eating disorder it is brutal. Like I can't go on any social media platform without seeing just like shame. And I'm just like, damn, that's not going to help me. So I don't really know what you're trying to do here.
Oh no. Oh no. I do not recommend weighing yourself every single day because you're probably going to discourage yourself. Because not every day you lose weight, even if you are eating correctly and exercising. There's days that may go by that you don't lose weight. It's just sometimes how the body works. You know, you may have a day where you didn't eat enough fiber, so you didn't take a large enough number 2. And so your weight's not going to, no, honey, don't weigh yourself every day. Weigh yourself once a week, you know, and try your best. I mean, I honestly think she's addicted to food, you guys, and she's too far gone at this point. Like, I mean, like I said, we've been seeing this for years. So it's not that she doesn't know the information. She knows how to count calories. She knows about good foods, bad foods. She knows about exercise. She knows about all of that. So if you're educated and you still don't make the right decisions, it's obviously deeper than that. There's a show called 600 Pound Life. And for most of those people, they're also very much addicted to food. And for most of them, the only way that they truly get past what is causing them to be addicted to food is when they go to the psychologist and they delve deep. Because there was something that probably happened to her in her past that has caused her to gain weight. For instance, many of those, not all, but many of them were abused in childhood. Some of them sexually. And so a lot of them use the weight, you know, pounds and gaining all that to keep people at bay because they feel like the fatter they are, the less attractive they are, or the bigger they are, the more they can protect themselves against people. So it's a situation where the weight is like a barrier between them and the world. And, you know, she may have an experience like that. I don't know. It's not any of our business, you know, for her to put that online, but I do think that it's much deeper than just being addicted to food, and it's got to be a reason. Like there's a reason that you chose food. For instance, maybe there was someone in your life who used food as a reward, and now you reward yourself because you're constantly feeling down, and so the only way you can feel up is to constantly feed yourself. Well, you have to find other ways. You have to find the reason that started this, and then you have to forgive that reason, let it go, and you have to be able to move forward. And sometimes you need a team. Sometimes you need to be at a place where you can't order food, where you are limited in your freedom to do what you want, because your life is at stake here. You have to seek help if you are dealing with that. That's not something that you can do on your own. It's the same thing with a person who's addicted to drugs. Like the addiction is so strong that the minute you go without it, you start experiencing withdrawals. Like you'll have a couple of days where you ate salads and so you lost weight, and now your body's going through withdrawals from literally the sugars that you probably are addicted to. And now when you finally get it in, you can't stop yourself. You're just eating until you're sick. And to be honest, she's so nice because there are some reaction channels that I've seen that were like straight up rude, disrespectful. And I'm sorry, like where I'm from, we cuss out you, your mama, your brother, your sister, and everybody else, but She doesn't do that. Like, she's way better than me. And that's why I say she's a nice, kind woman who seems to have good spirits. And I just really want to see her overcome this, but I think she needs more than just a notebook.
So I don't know. Right now, currently, I'm just like, okay, I'm definitely going to continue it in my personal life, weighing myself every day until February 11th is not that difficult. I just naturally like to weigh myself anyways, but it's like, do I want to continue filming it? So that is currently where my head is at on November 17th. It's like a large portion of people forget that eating disorders are chemical. It's not something that you just choose to have. It's not something that one day you just wake up and you're like, you know what? I'm not going to have an eating disorder anymore. Like, maybe if I talk less about my binging and my weight, then the comments reflecting those topics will lessen. So then, you know, me and you guys can stop feeling like utter crap because we binge eat or we restrict or we have whatever eating disorder it is, because people shouldn't be judged for those things. People shouldn't be judged for their addictions. I think it's disgusting. I don't share my journey to be judged or speculated on. And I know a lot of people are like, well, that's part of YouTube. That's just a disgusting way of saying, oh, well, deal with it. No, we need to work on, as a society, being able to be open and not fear bullying or harassment or just like really horrible things said to us. It's just a lot of like, if you don't want people to be rude to you, don't talk about it. Instead of, we need to take the people who bully and harass and say horrible things offline. Like, it's too much of the wrong thing, if that makes sense. Well, while we're here and I'm contemplating what I want to do, I do want to answer a hot topic that's going around is, what do you mean that you're just as triggered eating broccoli versus eating cookies? So when I'm eating broccoli, in my head, I correlate bad and good food. So the reason why things like broccoli or just like healthy foods, whole foods, no matter what it is, triggers me is because when you grew up like me, or you grew up with an eating disorder or constant like calorie counting, this and that, when you think of certain foods, you think of bad foods and you think of good foods. And when I'm eating broccoli or like say green beans or something just like really healthy, because when I eat like broccoli and stuff, I don't put cheese, I don't put things like that. Like, I steam my broccoli and I call it a day. I don't put anything on it unless I'm like mixing it with like a marinara sauce because I'm having it with spaghetti. Like 9 times out of 10, if I'm having pasta with broccoli, I like to mix it, but usually broccoli is just like a side. But anyway.
You know, obviously this is deeply psychological for you and for most people, obviously, with an eating disorder. And I wish I had the answer, you know, but I don't. I've been overweight before and I know how to lose weight. Calorie counting and exercise worked for me. Of course, I was not obsessed about it. I didn't like write down every day and every single thing I ate. I allowed wiggle room, you know, and I was okay with having cheese and stuff like that on my broccoli. And, you know, I just didn't overdo it when it came to junk. And I mean, there were days where I did, and I allowed that to happen. You know, it's normal, but for you, it seems like there's probably more days where you give in to your desires than you don't. And that's where it's like, you know what, maybe at this point, you know, since you've been doing this for years and it's not really changing, you know, maybe you should seek real professional help, like more than just a counselor, like an actual setting where you cannot overeat. You can't. You are restricted. You know, it's the same thing with a person who is severely addicted to drugs. You know, like they literally have to be taken away, taken out of the element, taken away from the enablers who have helped to perpetuate this eating disorder. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes they end up leaving the people that they had in their lives. The only thing I would be concerned about is your animals. Like, where would they go? But I mean, I'm sure there's somebody you can trust to leave them if you were to go into a clinic. But I really want to see Amberlynn be successful. Like, I hate the fact that there's so many different people online who point out every little thing that she does that they consider wrong or mean or this or that. And it's just like, I watched a video today where someone was like, Amberlynn being a mean girl for 11 minutes straight. And she wasn't even being that mean. Like, she was being sarcastic, maybe with her friends and stuff like that. You don't know what kind of relationship she has with her friends. Like, sometimes people are close enough to where they can be brutally honest with them. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure she has people that are obviously brutally honest with her too. So it's like, people are just so judgmental. And you're right, honey. Being overweight is probably one of the last things that you pretty much can get away with in this life, because racism, you know, and sexism and, you know, even homophobia are kind of like things of the past. I mean, you still have people who will be like that, but for the most part, they get canceled, you know, but people who hate on fat people don't. And I guess I myself have been judgmental in a way about certain fat people, but when it comes to Amberlynn, for some reason, I just sense like a truly, genuinely nice girl who just is online, you know, because she's obviously a YouTuber and this is her career path and this is what she enjoys, and that's cool. And I have a lot of respect for her, you know, and I sincerely hope that she can beat this. Like, it's a disease. The food addiction is a disease, and I hope that she can beat it, so that she can enjoy a long life and enjoy some of the things that she's probably missed out on due to her weight. Well, you guys, leave me a comment. Definitely tell me what you think, and I will see you next time.